What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Ravi and Ray show, baby. Let's get it going. Week 7 recap is in the books. I know there's a game going on right now, but that game is looking like it's gonna be it is not really looking too good. But yeah, man, let's get it started here. Let's get it going. We got our first topic I wanted to kind of go over. But Rob, how do you feel about before we get into this? How do you feel about tomorrow's big matchup on Monday?
Oh man, I am so excited. It's return of the Mac time. Mac Jones is going to be back. I'm excited to see our defense just shine. Our defense is going to carry us to that dub, and we're going to be above 500. And I am so juiced. I can't wait, man.
I'm juiced for that game, dude. And I think what a good way to get Mac Jones back into business. I mean, let's be real here. That defense of your guys is going to shut down Justin Fields. I expect it to be a heavy, dominant match. But man, what a great way for you guys to kind of tinker some things on the offensive side, try some new things out with Mac Jones, see how comfortable. Obviously, he's ready to go. So I expect you guys to make some deep passes, make some deep throws, because like I said, your defense is going to dominate Justin Fields on the other end. All they can do is really just run that football, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's their only hope against you guys.
Before we move it on, can I ask you, as a non-Patriot fan, if Mac Jones struggles this game, are you going to hold it against him and start thinking about Bailey Zappi, or are you going to wait on it?
I would give him not this game, because the reason why I'm not going to give him this game and get on him, it would be very concerning if he lost. Like if he loses, I'd be very concerned. But if he wins, but he plays a really bad football game, I wouldn't be that concerned because he's just coming back. I think you can look at a guy like Dak Prescott today. He didn't really play a fantastic game. Their running game is really what got them through. Obviously Zeke had a couple touchdowns today. But yeah, man, I definitely think I would give Mac a couple games. But if he loses, yeah, there's a quarterback controversy then for sure. Because you guys shouldn't lose against that team. There's no way.
Mac Jones, for the season this year, he has 2 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. So it's gonna be exciting to see him finally against an opponent that we should definitely beat. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, dude. You ready to get into these topics? You ready for it?
Let's get it.
Let's go, baby. The Raiders, big win. Big win with the freaking Raiders, man. I really I took the Texans to win this football game in our last 4th and 1 podcast and all that stuff with the guys and dude, they almost pulled it out. They almost pulled it out, dude. Like they got a lot of problems, I think, on that Raiders side of the football. I'm not saying the Texans are a horrible team. I mean, obviously they technically they are a bad team, but they play hard every single week. And yeah, dude, I mean, they hung on for as long as they could. Obviously, bad teams just know how to lose, but the Raiders, they got it. They got a good win. But yeah, I think for them, they have to continue just to get better. I think, man, dude, it's got to be on both sides of the football. Yeah, it can't be on one side. It has to be on both. They got to do better, man. And I think hopefully this win gives them some mojo and gives them some juice to go into those next games, because they got a really hard stretch of football games.
Yeah, they do. And before I take it over, Ray, I want to ask you, are the Raiders back in business, or you're not going to give them too much credit on this win? How you feeling?
Dude, I'm not going to give them too much credit for this win, man. I really am not. It's something that I'm not like. I mean, you just beat the Texans. Like, I don't think really I think every Raider fan can, at least, if they don't agree with me, they're crazy on this, but I think every Raider fan can say we're happy that we won, but are we really happy? Because like, it's not like you guys beat Patrick Mahomes. It's not like you guys beat the Buffalo Bills. Like, if you guys beat one of those teams, damn, then it's like, okay, we can go against the best and we can beat the best. They should have won against the Chiefs. I know that, but they lost, and they just barely beat. I think they kind of barely snuck away from the Texans at the end. So, Yeah, man. I think that they need to, like I was saying, I just think they need to do better. And I don't think that this win is going to propel them into playoff football team. I don't think they're going to be a playoff football team. No way.
Yeah, I'm
What do
totally
you
there
think,
with
Rob?
you.
You think this win's going to propel them?
So going into the fourth quarter, the Raiders were actually down 20 to
Yeah.
17, and they scored 21 points in the fourth quarter alone, which is more to beat the Texans just in the fourth
Yeah.
quarter by itself. I'm just gonna take it like how it is, man. It was two of the worst football teams this season so far, fighting for each other record wise, and obviously one had to win, and one of them did win, and it was probably the better of the two worst football teams. The Raiders definitely pulled it out. I'm happy to see Josh McDaniels get a couple wins in, but just like you said, man, they beat the worst football team in the league, man, and they were down 20 to 17 going into the fourth quarter. That recipe is not going to work against good teams. You beat
No.
you beat the Raiders have beat a 1-4-1 Houston team. They beat a 2-4 Denver team. Those are their only two wins this season, man. They should definitely celebrate this win, but they should definitely have a lot of things to worry about because they have, just like you said, they have a very tough row of schedules coming up, and I still don't think the Raiders are going to go over 500 this season. They're 2-4 right now. They're definitely not going over 500 this season.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
No way, dude. No way, man. And I was actually going to ask you. It's going to be so interesting after the season because if they don't make it to the playoffs, you think that Carr is going to go?
See, I don't.
See,
I
that's the
don't.
thing that I don't understand, and I want to get your opinion on this, and I want to get your. Actually, you know what? I'll say it till after you give me your. Do you think Derek Carr is going to leave after the season?
I think there's a chance they might move on for him, but do I think Derek Carr is the problem? No. I think that this team is just building chemistry right now. They got a
Yeah,
first year head coach. They got a first year into that new system, Devontae Adams. Josh Jacobs is finally having a good season, a decent season. And Josh Jacobs is not a good running back up until this season. It's just how it is. There's a reason why the Raiders declined their fifth year option is because they didn't like what they see. This is contract year Josh Jacobs running the football, and he averaged about 7.2 yards a carry going against the worst defense in the league with 3 touchdowns. He balled out. He looks like an amazing running back now. Um, and I hope he keeps it up. I really do hope he keeps it up. But I don't put all the blame on Carr, man. I think the defense still has a lot to get together. They're still missing a lot of pieces on defense, and that offensive line needs to get a little better. They've definitely picked up, but I don't put the blame solely on Carr. But if they lose, the Raiders fans are going to chew them out. If they lose, oh, it's Carr's fault. If they win, oh, it was a great team win. Carr didn't do anything. Carr was 21 for 27, 241 yards with the touchdown. He played a great game this game. He
yeah,
plays a great game every game. The reason why he gets so much interceptions, so much incompletions, is because the Raiders blow big leads, because they get behind. They can never get it going. So Carr's forced to throw the ball so much. Finally, they had a chance to run the ball like they need to be doing, and this was just evidence that when they run the ball, good things are gonna happen for the Raiders.
yeah,
It's not Carr's fault, but he will get the blame for this season.
yeah, man. And it's so wild because like you're 100% right what you just said. Like everyone's gonna blame Carr, and I feel like the Raider fans are kind of like split. Their fan base is split because I've seen on Facebook, like people will be like, "Man, Carr's trash. He needs to go," and then I'll see, "Oh, Josh McDaniel sucks. He needs to go."
Yeah,
I feel like for me, man, I think McDaniel's should stay a year. I think he should stay another year. But I just can't agree with you as far as the Derek Carr one goes because I get it. He's going to get blamed. He's the quarterback. I mean, damn, Lamar Jackson, if he throws an interception, everyone says he needs to switch positions. So I understand how that feels from
yeah,
my perspective, like of your franchise quarterback getting like all the blame. But dude, they get paid the big monies to do that. So, I mean, I feel like for them, they want that challenge and they want that. But dude, I gotta get. I'm saying, I think they need to get rid of him, man, next year. And just doesn't make any sense. Like, why pay this guy? Like, why pay him to be a middle average quarterback? Like, that's not your goal. Like, that's not your target goal. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you want to have like a Kirk Cousins on your team? Go ahead, have a Kirk Cousins on your team. You're never going to win a Super Bowl. Your numbers might look good. You might have a lot of good firepower, a lot of good actions, a lot of close games. But when you verse those elite teams, you're never going to get past them. And it's kind of like a Kirk Cousins situation. Like, his numbers are fantastic. Every year they're fantastic. And I think Derek Carr's numbers are good too. It's just, but he's not going to get you there. And that's not what this organization wants. That's not what these fans want. And I think it's time that they need to get rid of him. They need to make a decision. And I hate to use this word because I don't believe in my heart that they're going to tank. But I think that they need to make a decision like, damn, do we get a good quarterback in this draft? Or do we maybe trade for somebody? I don't think they're going to trade for anybody, but I think they get somebody new in the draft, save all that money. Their offensive line's getting older. You can replace those guys. You can supplement those guys through the draft and through free agency because they wouldn't have to pay Carr anymore. Not saying Carr's getting paid a lot, but still, that's a lot of money that can go towards the defense and offensive side of the ball. They already got the pieces: Adams, Waller, Hunter Renfro. Like, those are really good football players, and it'd be nice to see them with a different quarterback going into next year.
Yeah, it definitely would, man. We would definitely have to wait and see. But just the only part I argue with you is, man, they're not a quarterback away team though. They still have a lot of holes to fill in that offense. They're not a quarterback away, and yeah, you can go get a new quarterback, but don't expect to win next year. That's just not going to happen. You guys are still more pieces away to become a good football team. And Carr's getting older. You know, teams go get these rookie quarterbacks, throw millions and millions of dollars in free agency, and like, what happens? What happens? Like, I'm not trying to throw you under the bus or nothing, but like the Lamar situation, the Ravens draft 32nd overall, Lamar Jackson. You know, they go out and spend big money, and now they don't have a Super Bowl, right? Teams like Cleveland Browns go get Baker Mayfield, spend a bunch of money, still no Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So the only ones recently that have really done a great job is the Chiefs. And who won the Super Bowl last year? They had to go trade. They traded all them picks. I mean, the Rams logo was F them picks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just because you have a rookie quarterback doesn't mean your future is set, because you still need a bunch of key pieces around him too. And not just spend big money in free agency. You need to build chemistry with everybody. And the Raiders are definitely not a quarterback away to me, man. They got more pieces they need to fill.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I think you said it pretty perfectly, to be honest with you. And, but yeah, dude, it's just interesting, man. It's just going to be a really interesting, like, this year has been really interesting. I think this year has been extremely competitive. It's been really fun this year. It's been really high drama. Yeah. And I love it, dude. I love every single second of it, man. Yeah, dude, this year's badass, man. It's really fun and it's really competitive. I really like to see, I'm really enjoying this football year, even though it's stressing me out. I got a lot of gray hairs already, but, yeah, I think by the end of this I think by the end of this season, this whole beard and this whole face, dude, is gonna be completely gray.
Yeah, I got you. I totally understand that, man. After the Ravens have been blowing some big fourth quarter comebacks, but you know what? This week they did not blow this big comeback. They were able to hang on. Raymond, I gotta ask how you feeling, man. Ravens hung on to a lead. How do you feel today?
I feel really good, man. I feel really good. This whole week, this whole damn season, man, it's just been preached to these Raven players. Finish, 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 finish. And it's like mind-boggling, dude, because like sometimes I want to be like, dude, we got to get rid of this defensive coordinator. But you watch the game, you look at the production it's been putting on the field from this defense, they're holding teams under to like 20 points a game. If you really look at it, they're really holding teams up to under 20. They're getting sacks. They're getting interceptions. It's really the offense. It's kind of mind-boggling because in the beginning, the offense was doing so good, and then it completely flip-flopped. And it seems like but it's so crazy because like the defense can play good for 3 quarters. We're up 10 again, another double-digit lead. And look what happened. They pull off like a 11-play drive, 88 something yards or whatever, and they
Uh-huh.
score a touchdown on us. Whose fault is that? It's not Lamar. He doesn't play defense. But
Right.
that's what I'm trying to say too, is like, I'm not used to this. I'm not used to this kind of stuff, man. I'm not used to this defense, man. Like I'm used to like, man, if the Ravens were up by 10, it was over. It's over. It was done. There's no way in hell you're going back. You're coming back. The Ravens could be up by 7 in the fourth quarter, and I had so much confidence and faith in this defense that I was like, yeah, ain't nobody coming back on us. Like, good luck to you. Like, just might as well just pack your stuff and move on. But this Ravens football team, it's like they could be up by 24 or 21 points, and teams will just come back on them like in seconds and just win. And it's like the most craziest thing ever. And I'm happy about the win. I'm happy we hung on to a lead. But you saw at the end that Justice Hill fumble when it was 2023.
Yeah.
And I literally looked at my wife and I was like, are you serious? Are we really going to do this again? Are we really going to find another way to lose this football game? But hey, man, the defense stepped up. They did a really good job. That special teams, I will admit, and I'm, as much as I don't like the Browns or whatever, but like, yeah, that penalty on them with the field goal one, that was really weird. That one was really weird. I didn't see any of their players jump.
Yeah.
But I guess it was their formation that was called, but I don't understand that.
I didn't understand it either.
If they would have picked that up, if it was going the other way, it would have been a first down. I believe it would have been a first down. Mm-hmm. And I think Cleveland did get screwed, but I was just like, wow, that's a little bit of luck went our way. Are you serious? Like, that's kind of crazy for me. But yeah, man, I'm really happy that the Ravens hung on. They got a lot of work to do. Lamar's not, I don't know what's going on with Lamar, but he don't really look too well. He don't really look too good. I don't know if he has a really bad hip injury or something, but like, yeah, he don't really look too explosive. His throwing decisions that he's doing hasn't really been up to par, in my opinion. Especially after his first 3 weeks. Now see him like he's not even really doing too much. They didn't even get Andrews involved in this game. Like, I don't know what Greg Roman's doing, to be personally honest with you, and I'm kind of worried about that because it seems like his run game coordination is fantastic, but his passing game, if you just really look at the Ravens offense, it's a very simple offense. They just run straight and they do crossing routes.
Uh-huh.
That's really his offense, man. And it's like, damn, like, and then you look at the Chiefs, it upsets me. Like, you look at the Chiefs and really they just do like a little screenplay on 3rd and 20 and it gets a first down. And then the next play, it's a touchdown, like little things like that. And it's like, man, the way they utilize Kelsey, like he'll be doing comeback routes. Patrick Mahomes hits him perfectly. He's like wide open by like 5 or 6 yards. Mm-hmm. And it's like, damn, they don't really utilize Mark Andrews like that. They utilize him like down the seams or like, some crossing routes. It's like a very simple offense that they run. And it's kind of sad to see it like that. But yeah, man, I think Greg Roman is hanging on for his life. I think that defensive coordinator is hanging. It's like, it's always just that one person that's like one step away from blowing it. Mm-hmm. But what do you think, man? I mean, do you think that the Ravens are just going to continue trying to find ways to lose at the end? Or you think they're like,
you know what it is? Good football teams find a way to edge it out. And it doesn't matter how you start. It all matters how you finish, right? And I think the Ravens are going to finish pretty well. I don't understand what's going on. It's like you guys are doing so good the first 3 quarters, and then fourth quarter comes, and you become like the Atlanta Falcons. Like, I just don't understand like what goes on. Like, if you guys can implement what you do in the first 3 quarters to the fourth quarter, you guys will be blowing these teams out, man. Like, but I do think the Ravens will figure it out some way. But I think the Ravens need another weapon, man. Like, you kind of got showed today. Mark Andrews, I believe, was held catchless. All he had was a rush for 4 yards. I think that's all he had today, is because you lined him up in the backfield because Lamar Jackson only throws 16 passes in this game. And I think you guys need another weapon to complement it, man, because we haven't had a chance to talk about it. But did Deshaun Jackson play today?
He did not.
He did not. Okay. So How do you feel about a 35-year-old Deshaun Jackson?
I don't feel good at all. I'm like, it's sad. It's very sad. It's very frustrating for me. It's
Yeah.
extremely frustrating for me because it's
Why?
like, dude, I mean, man, dude, shit. I see just on Sunday Night Football, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, like with Tua, and then you like, damn, even in Cleveland, like they got Amari Cooper, they got you know what I mean, like, and they went and got like that's what I'm saying, like it's ridiculous, man, and like sometimes it makes me really sad for Lamar, and I'm not trying to further your question, but I just feel like, man, at the end of this year, like if he leaves, I wouldn't be shocked if he did. That's all I love Lamar. I hope he does sign with the Ravens. I hope he does stay a Raven. But dude, like you were saying, remember I was saying like with the Derek Carr situation, you know, like, well, what do you do? Like
Uh,
that's the time for you to go out there and get this young man who is a rookie for you because you know you're gonna have the money.
right.
Go get him a wide receiver. Like look at Josh Allen. Josh Allen was trash. He was trash his first 2 seasons. And if any Bills fan or anybody out there like disagrees with me, you're crazy. Like
Yeah.
he was trash his first 2 seasons. Then
You and I
he
love Josh Allen, but
Dude,
he
I
was
love
trash.
Josh Allen
Yeah.
too. Yeah, and
Yeah.
he wasn't good. And then when you know what they did? They got Stephon Diggs, a top 5 wide receiver, probably top 3 to be honest with you
Yeah.
in this league, and he exploded. And then Gabriel Davis emerged from because you know it's single coverage basically, and he emerged to be a really good wide receiver. And their team is stacked, but Lamar's never had that. He's never had that in
But
his whole life, and
can I,
there's nobody to blame but the organization.
can I ask you? Because I personally feel like that receivers don't want to come to Baltimore. That's the problem because they're going to be forced to keep blocking more than they're catching the ball. And if I'm a big name receiver, right? Like I know I'm going to come to Baltimore to block, right? I'm going to
Yeah.
catch some passes, but I'm going to mainly come there to block because you guys run the ball. Lamar runs the ball a lot. So your guys' run percentage is much higher than your pass percentage, right? If I'm a receiver, I'm like, my numbers are going to come down. My numbers are going to come down with Lamar, and I'm going to jeopardize my future contracts. So, like, this is your time to preach. Why should a receiver come to Baltimore? Like, why do you think? Like, if you're a big name,
Yeah.
Odell's on the free agent. What if you were to call Odell right now? What would you tell Odell why you need to come to Baltimore?
Well, I thought Odell went to Minnesota.
Odell went to Minnesota?
Yeah, I thought he went to. Did he not go to Minnesota?
No. He's still a free agent.
Oh, he's still a free agent.
Yeah,
Oh, damn! I thought maybe I saw a false report.
yeah. Yeah,
Um,
Odell's very much a free agent. I'm looking at it right now.
okay, for
Yeah.
sure. Well, I would basically say this: when Marquise Hollywood Brown's last year with
Mhm.
us, he had 1,000 yards receiving.
Okay.
So it's not like we can't produce 1,000 yard receiver. It's just like dude, it's just honestly, it just really honestly starts with number one, can Lamar Jackson make all the throws? I think he can. He's not consistent. It's pretty evident. He's not as consistent. He's gotten better. He gets better every year, but he's not as consistent. And Greg Roman is the offensive coordinator. I think that's what a lot of people don't understand too, because everyone's just going to look at Lamar and be like, well, Lamar runs the ball all the time. Okay, well, he's the one who's listening to his offensive coordinator. He's the one who's getting the plays in, and he goes off of there. Don't get me wrong, he can change the plays at any time, but you want to really stick with the game plan. And like I said, Greg Roman's a really good run coordinator. Like he's a really good at running and doing all the crazy like um you know, shifting the line to one end to the other or pulling guards or pulling the center or whatever. He's really good at that. But it's just a basic offense, man. And I get what you're saying. Like, that's why no one wants to come here. Like, you're right. No one wants to block. No one wants to do that. But who can change that? The offensive coordinator in this organization can change that
Mm-hmm.
if they just like if they just give these receivers a chance. I think Duvernay is a really good wide receiver. I
Yeah.
love Duvernay, and they don't ever give him an opportunity. Like
Mhm.
one or three targets a game isn't really an opportunity, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Like Duvernay is really solid. Bateman's really solid.
Mm-hmm.
Give them an opportunity, and they don't, man. And I think that's why, like I was saying before, I think Lamar might leave, and if I don't blame him if he does, Because damn, could you imagine if Lamar went to Miami? I'm just saying, like if he went there, we've never seen somebody who has Lamar's skill sets in a sense. I know Michael Vick's the closest guy, but like I've never seen somebody like him that has like 2 wide receivers, really number 1 wide receivers with him. You put Lamar on the Bengals. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. And I don't know, man. This organization, they really dropped the ball with this whole Lamar thing, dude. They dropped the ball so hard, man. I mean, I've never. They didn't even really. They drafted wide receivers. They let one go. They drafted Hollywood. They drafted Bateman. They let Hollywood go. Hollywood should still be a Raven. I didn't give a damn if he was complaining or not. I would have still had him as a Raven. But we got a really good center in return. But still, man, it's like, damn. But yeah, I don't think anybody wants to come to Baltimore. I don't think no wide receivers want to come here because of that reason you just said, and it's sad.
Do you call Antonio Brown? Because I'm sure he would take any job he can get.
I would not get Antonio Brown on this football
team. You still wouldn't?
Oh no, I love it. Dude, I love Antonio Brown as a football player because I think he's a badass football player. But he's just too much. He's just too much, man. I mean, he's too much. He's you can't handle him. It's impossible. And if you try to talk to him and try to handle him, if he doesn't like what you're saying, he'll just blow you up on Instagram or Twitter, or he'll just walk off the field like he did with the Bucs.
Yeah.
So, but Odell's the best guy. Odell's the best dude for this team. Like Odell would be solid. I know he wouldn't contribute much now, but he'd be really good if we could make the playoffs.
Right. Well, I think he's coming back in November is the rumor. That he'll be ready to play by next month. So, I mean, he could come to any team and make a really good push at the end, man. If I'm Odell and I'm looking around the league, Odell's definitely looking for rings, not targets right now. And it was kind of evident when he went to the Rams last season because he knew he was the number 2 receiver behind Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp was going to be the number 1. And I think Odell should really take a step back and look. Like, I don't need to produce wide receiver 1 numbers anymore. I just want to go out and win a ring. And I think the Baltimore Ravens can still go out and win a ring this year. And boosting Odell to that offense would be absolutely insane. And you guys really need something like that. And I'm kind of upset that Baltimore, why didn't you go after Robbie Anderson? You know what I mean? He came dirt cheap. He came dirt cheap. He's younger than Deshaun Jackson, and he's a speedster just like Deshaun Jackson. You're telling me if you put Devin Duvernay on one side and Robbie Anderson on the other side, and then in the slot you have Rashad Bateman, and at tight end you have Mark Andrews, you're telling me like teams won't be scared at night? Because I have Robbie Anderson that can run straight and catch this ball. I have Devin Duvernay that can run straight and catch this ball. And then I have 2 people to worry about in the middle. I have Andrews and Bateman to worry about in the middle. So do I protect the big play or do I let him get checkdowns? And I think Lamar would excel so much. I'm not excited about the Deshaun Jackson signing at all personally, but I do think he'll help the offense a little bit. I think he came in not to really catch balls that much. I think he came in to blow the top off the defense, which he can definitely do. And I think Deshaun Jackson, his presence alone will help entice Devin Duvernay to catch more balls. It'll help Rashad Bateman catch more balls. Mark Andrews is always going to be a stud. Yeah, man. But I need to see a little bit more from this Ravens football team personally. It was an amazing win, but it was, the Deshaun Watson less Browns. It was Jacoby Brissett Browns today, and I do think the Ravens have the talent to change everything around. But you've been calling for Greg Roman's head a lot, and you know your Ravens way better than I do. And if he's the one that needs to go, then you guys need to make a change because you're right, man. Lamar Jackson contract year. Lamar Jackson has the power to say, "No, I'm not going to play anymore. I'm done. You guys not going to give me a contract. You guys are going to franchise tag me, and I have to play with Greg Roman. I'm done." I don't know how their relationship is, but yeah, man. I mean, I think that if you guys sign Odell, it's a wrap. I would just give you guys the ring now, to be honest, because you guys are you are one piece away, and that one piece is just a good ball catcher. That's it.
It's honestly it, man. Yeah. And it's sad, dude. It's sad that we're not going to get that. And I'm telling you right now, Ravi, we're not getting that. We're not going to even get a wide receiver. I promise you that we're not going to do anything. Yeah. Like we're going to, if anything, we're probably going to sign somebody who retired that's unthinking about not retiring, like Deshaun Jackson. We're probably going to get somebody old like that and have them come in and just do absolutely nothing for this team. So, yeah, it's just pretty sad, man. But I wanted to get your thoughts actually on this next topic. Are the Bucs seasons over? Is their season over, Rob?
Man, what are it? 3-4 now?
Yeah, dude.
4. They lose to the Panthers. They can't score a touchdown against the Panthers, who just had a little bit of a fire sale last week, letting CMC walk out the door, letting Robbie Anderson walk out the door, and getting a few picks in return. They're definitely going to be tanking.
They benched Baker Mayfield too.
He was injured, I believe.
He was injured.
Yeah, that's why PJ Walker was starting.
Oh, okay. So they didn't even start. They started PJ Walker over the backup.
Sam Darnold. Yeah, I think Darnold's I think he's still on IR.
Oh, he's injured too?
Yeah, he started off the season on IR, yeah. And that's the point, man. They just lost to an XFL quarterback and they couldn't even score a touchdown against the Panthers defense.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, since he's joined the Bucs back in 2020, has never lost to the Panthers. Never. And you're going to lose this season. He has a lot of off the field issue stuff going on. And I hope he gets all that sorted out. But to me, to answer your question, Ray, I think the Bucs seasons is over, man. I really starting to think it. I'm starting to think that it could be coming to an end before we know it. But if there's one man you don't bet against, just like Skip Bayless always says, if there's one man you don't bet against in sport, it's Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. But they got some injuries here and there, and it's a little scary, man. Their season could very well be over.
Yeah, dude. I agree with you 100%. Their season is over. And to be honest with you, it's so crazy to think about it from this perspective. Like, and I know I'm overshadowing the team because I'm talking about Tom.
Yeah.
But like, how crazy is that, dude? Like, he opts to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Not only is he not going to, like, if you and I are in agreement that their season's over, that means no ring, right? No championship. They may not even make the playoffs.
If they do, it's going to be 17.
He doesn't even make the playoffs, and he doesn't even win a ring, doesn't win nothing, and he loses his wife because he opted to play when he could have just retired.
Yeah.
He could have still had, I believe in my heart. Like I said, I don't know. Obviously, it's all speculation because we obviously don't know what goes on behind closed doors.
Right.
But it was pretty evident that was pretty clear that she was like, dude, you're the GOAT. Like, you don't need to do anymore. Like, why go for another one? Like, just stay home and just chill. And he didn't want to.
Right.
And how crazy is that, dude? Like, he took the opportunity, took the risk, and like, it's not paying off. And I think like you can see the stress. Like, dude, I just feel like that guy's like, every time I see his face, man, he looks like he's getting slimmer and slimmer. Looks like he's not eating. Yeah, dude, looks like he's not like eating. Looks like he's not like. Looks like he's just stressed, man. Like he's just under a lot of pressure, off the field, on the field. And that sucks. Like, what a horrible way to go out. Like, that's the last that we're going to remember Tom Brady. If you think about it, like, to see him lose. Like, that sucks,
crazy,
you know?
You know what's crazy, though? I don't feel like this is Tom Brady's last year, though. Because he came out in his press conference last year, and he was like, I have no retirement in my future. He's not even thinking about retirement. Yeah, I don't think he's going to retire next year, to be honest with you.
And if he doesn't, I mean, it would be because of the Giselle thing. Like, he's free. He's a free man. He's single. Yeah. So technically, he could just go back to work next year.
Yeah.
And just work on his mechanics, work on his game. And But that team, if that team does get healthy, though, because Godwin's coming back, right?
Godwin did play today.
He did play.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, dude. I mean,
Julio's coming back. I mean,
I was going to say Julio, but
if I'm
Julio
Brady,
can't stay healthy.
If I'm Brady, I'm blowing up Gronkowski's phone right now.
I think so.
Yeah.
Or they need to trade somebody. They need to trade for someone.
Yeah. Yeah. No more receivers. They need to trade for some weapons. Leonard Fournette's looking a little slow. I know. They need to start playing that rookie running back, Rachaad White, man. He's looking real good back there.
Dude,
they need to start playing him over. Yeah, they need to start playing him over Uncle Lenny a little bit. And because they need some kind of spark on this offense, man, because they just don't have it. Mike Evans, I think, had 9 catches. He did really good. Chris Godwin had a few.
I would say, I know you said Mike Evans did really good, but dude, I'm sorry, but Mike Evans should have caught that damn football.
Yeah.
Brady had him wide open, and he bobbled it. It looked like he tipped it up, and he looked like it still could have been caught if he would have dove for it. That's the crazy thing, and he just gave up, man. He just gave up. He just said, "No, I'm not going to get it."
And that's kind of, and I'm totally with you, because they need a spark, man. They need a spark. They're not playing like how they used to. I don't know. Brady's not showing up to work as much because he has stuff going on off the field, but they just look out of sync. Even Brady and Mike Evans, who is probably Brady's favorite target. Chris Godwin gets a little bit more targets, but Mike Evans is his go-to guy. Yeah, man, they just need some kind of chemistry. They need some kind of spark. Brady threw 49 times and they only scored 3 points against the Panthers, man. And we're gonna go on to another team that I think this team is even worse. I think this team is completely dead, and this team is so talented. And I'm talking about those Green Bay Packers. They just lost to the Washington Commanders, Ray. What do you think about that? Like, what is going on with this? Is our generation. This is Brady, Rodgers, Manning's already retired, Drew Brees are retired. This is our last era of these two guys, man, and they're not looking too good. How are you feeling about Aaron Rodgers?
Dude, the Packers organization failed him. Yeah. It's as simple as that. I'm not trying to deter from this question at all, but the Packers failed Aaron Rodgers just like the Ravens failed Lamar Jackson. Yeah. They did not, aside from, at least Aaron Rodgers had Devontae, but I'm just saying, like, the Packers should have never let that man walk. No. They should have never let Devontae Adams walk, because I think Devontae's upset too. He's upset the situation that's going on over there, but they clearly missed Devontae. And for years, even through the draft, for years, they just did not give Aaron Rodgers any weapons, dude. They always went defense. And that's something that I know. We don't care about the offense. We don't care about our wide receivers. We don't care. We'll get the most random somebody's from the streets and have them go out there and play. But all we care about is our defense, and their defense sucks. What happens when your defense sucks? Well, it forces that offense. And that's the same thing that's happening with Baltimore too. Is like, their season's looking like it's over, man. Yeah, it's sad because that organization really failed Aaron Rodgers, and it really sucks to see him go out like this. Just kind of like the same thing with Tom. Like, we're not used to seeing these guys go out like that. We're used to seeing these guys throw up like 4 or 5 touchdowns a game, dominating from start to finish. And seeing that exciting throw, seeing those mechanics, seeing those crazy throws that they can do, and just precision and accuracy. And it's just sad to see it. Like, they're not even in sync. Like these wide receivers for Aaron Rodgers, they can't catch. No, they can't catch, man. They're young. They're way too young.
They can't get open.
Dude. And they can't get separation. And it's like, it's just bad. And when they do, they can't catch the damn ball. So it's like, it's just very frustrating to see. And this defense was hyped up from the beginning this year. And they're trash. They're not good. Like, they're not good. I don't know, man. And not Nathaniel Hackett. I'm sorry. Matt LaFleur. He, dude. He's the only reason why he's the head coach right now. Still the head coach is because Aaron Rodgers. Right. That's the only reason why. And it is not because he's a good head coach. I think he can be a good coordinator, but I don't think he could be a head coach after this, because he hasn't done anything except for just sit behind Aaron Rodgers and watch him win. What do you think, Rav?
Man, it's just so frustrating to watch the Packers play. On 4th and 1 podcast, when we did it on Saturday, I was the only one that picked the Commanders to win. And the reason I picked the Commanders to win is not because the Commanders are a better football team. It's just that there's something wrong in the Packers organization. That's what it is. There's something wrong behind the scenes. Rodgers has been, throwing hissy fits for years. Devontae Adams leaves, and now Rodgers has no help, man. They got Alan Lazard. He's in and out of that lineup. Sammy Watkins, who, the Ravens had Sammy Watkins. You know how it is. He'll play a game or two in the season. That's about it. Romeo Dobbs held catchless today, the rookie. And Christian Watkins is out because he was hurt.
Yeah.
Rodgers just looks so out of sync with his wide receivers. I don't know if they're not getting enough practice time in. I don't know if it's the play call design. I don't know what it is, but Rodgers just doesn't trust his receiving core. He doesn't have a big player like Devontae Adams anymore. And if you take away the pick six that Devondre Campbell made, the Packers only scored 14 points. 14 points on this Commanders team, man. Like, come on, man. Like, I think the Packers are done. I called that the Vikings will win this division, and they are running away with this division. And now I'm going to go as far as and say I don't think the Green Bay Packers make the playoffs. I am going to come out here and say I do not believe the Green Bay Packers will make the playoffs. They are going to I don't know if they're going into Buffalo or Buffalo's coming to them. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Buffalo coming out of this bye is going to beat the Green Bay Packers by 20 points at least, because this Packers team is dead. They're done. Yeah.
They're done, dude.
Man.
Yeah, they're going to get their ass kicked hella hard by them Bills.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
And I would be shocked. I mean, damn. Could you imagine if they beat the Bills, though? Like, how crazy would that be? I would be like, what? Like, this doesn't even make any sense. But
the way this season is, man, I wouldn't be surprised, though. I'm not going to lie.
But you know what? I wouldn't be shocked by that either. Like, if the Packers, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, and then I feel like then the next week we'd be like, damn, okay, the season, their season's not over if they like end up beating the Bills somehow. But are they going to Orchard Field? They're going to Buffalo?
Let me double check. I do not too sure.
Or they're in Lambeau.
They are going to Buffalo on Sunday night next week. And Buffalo coming off a bye, man.
Dude, that's not good, man.
That's not good.
Oh, that's not good. But yeah, dude. But hey, man, if there's anybody that could maybe hang with them and somehow win this football game, I mean, it could be Aaron Rodgers. I mean, if Rodgers is hot and he's the old Aaron Rodgers of old, yeah, for sure they got a really good chance. But you're right, man. This organization, somebody there, they hella failed them, dude. They failed. They failed both of these guys, man. Not just Tom not just Aaron Rodgers, but also Tom too. In our previous segment too, man. Like they failed them.
Right.
They didn't give him any help. And it's like, damn, like help these guys out. You know, they're on their last legs. Like, help them out. They're good enough to get you there.
Right. And you know what? Let's transition over to a little bit more positive note, Ray. I want to ask you, we just had a great week 7 of football. Sunday night's still on right now as we're recording this. Monday night tomorrow, the Patriots are playing. So far, after week 7, what team impressed you the most?
The team that impressed me the most, I would say it'd be the Jets, Jets. Dude, the Jets, man. The Jets are freaking impressive to me. I like the Jets. It's crazy. I like the Jets football team more than I do the New York Giants football team. Something about the Jets is just, man, that's a young football team. They're very, very young. I love what Sauce is doing. I love what Zach Wilson is doing. I really love the running backs for their organization. The running backs are fantastic. They got a 1-2 punch back there. And their defense, they got a really good front seven.
Real quick. Breece Hall most likely tore his ACL. When you said that running back thing, it just reminded me. Just a heads up on that.
Well, I just jinxed the organization. Shit. Sorry, Jets fans. But damn, Breece Hall. Damn, that sucks. But they still got a good
running back.
Yeah, Michael Carter's still a really good running back. So, but yeah, dude, and I like him, man. I like him a lot. Garrett Wilson. I like Garrett Wilson from Ohio State. I think he's a really good wide receiver. And I think that this team is just going to get better. They're going to get better and better and better. And I'm very impressed with this, with Robert Saleh and how he's able. I can't wait to see those notes. I can't wait to see his receipts. And I can't wait for him to call out everybody. That would be really fun. But dude, are they 4-2 or they're 5-2?
They're
5-2. They are a 5-2 football team.
Wow.
I believe so, right?
They are 5-2. You are right.
Yeah, dude, they're 5-2. Yeah, man. I like this football team, man. I like it a lot. But I wanted to ask you, Rob, which team are you most impressed with through
The
7
team
weeks?
I'm impressed with by far the most. They don't have as much wins as the Jets do, but they are hanging in there, man. And this team is getting it going. They're building chemistry. They got a young running back that is just running all over defenses. And the quarterback himself, everyone wrote him off, but he never wrote them back, baby. I'm going Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks, man.
Damn.
They have impressed me so far. They're going to go to LA and beat the LA Chargers. Keenan Allen coming back doesn't matter. You got Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Herbo, Eckler, doesn't matter. We're going to go in and we're going to throw 37 points on you, man. That's what we're going to do. And you know what? They're up double digits. Geno Smith's yelling at the sideline still. I love the passion. I love everything they're doing, man. And I am so happy to see Russ struggle and Pete Carroll not struggle, because Pete Carroll, everybody loves playing for Pete Carroll, man. And
Yeah.
you can clearly see it's evident to it. And I hope DK's knee injury isn't too serious. I hope everything's okay with him, because this team could definitely make the playoffs. They are 4-3, and I feel like they're just becoming on the rise right now.
Yeah.
Um, but I have to ask you, we did talk about the team that you're most impressed with. Now you got to let me know, Raymond, which team are you most disappointed in?
Oh man. So the team that I'm most disappointed in, and you know what? Actually, this is the team I'm most disappointed in.
Are
And
you gonna do
it's
it?
really cool for me to say this because we have our own platform now to say it. But this is a shot towards Stephen A. Smith. 100%. I'm upset with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ooh.
That disgusting fan base, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I am upset with them of how trash their organization is and how trash that defense is and how trash that offense is. And for those who are just tuning in or just watching the show or anything like that, you're probably like, what the hell is this guy even talking about? When the Baltimore Ravens had their collapses, all of our collapses, Stephen A. Smith went on. When we collapsed against Miami, he came out there on first take in front of millions of people and he said, this Ravens organization, from the defensive standpoint, should be ashamed of themselves. If Ray Lewis, he's like, I know he's still here with us, but if he wasn't, he'd be rolling over his grave. That organization is trash. Our organization is this, and that. Well, look at your organization. Everybody knows he's a Steelers fan, but look at your organization. Your organization's trash. It's even 10 times more trash than I could even imagine. And for me to see the Steelers like that, that's pretty sad because that's not Steeler football. That's not the football I know. That's not the Steelers. That's not the Steelers that I know. And just because they're our rivals doesn't mean I don't respect them or anything. But like, yeah, dude, their organization sucks, and it's very awesome. It's awesome for me to see that. I'm very happy they suck. I can't wait to see them continuously losing football games. I hope they lose more football games, and I hope that defense gets worse and worse and worse because their organization sucks. So what do you think, Rob? What do you think? Who's your most disappointing team of this through 7 weeks?
There is no absolute way I can just top that, Ray. That was absolutely amazing. That was absolutely gold, and I don't even think my answer can top it any much. But I'm gonna be vanilla, and I'm gonna say the Bucs, man. I'm so disappointed in those Bucs. I'm so disappointed in Brady the way he's playing. I'm so disappointed in that coaching staff, how they're going. It's almost the same team as last year, and they still can't get it together. Todd Bowles, I don't know if he's not a good coach. I don't know if Brady got too much issues going on or what it is, but I'm so disappointed in those Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. Throwing 3 points to the Carolina Panthers is just absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And they should be ashamed of themselves also.
Yeah,
Just plain and simple. You can't score a touchdown against Carolina. You should be ashamed of yourself. They're in
yeah,
full rebuild mode. They don't have their first string quarterback. They don't have their second string quarterback. They're on an XFL legend PJ Walker type quarterback, and they cannot get the ball rolling and even make this game a little competitive. They should be absolutely ashamed of themselves, man. And I'm so disappointed in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Ray.
I'm happy you said that because the Ravens versus them on Thursday, so I'm very happy about that. What better time? What better time, man?
There you go.
To versus a struggling team right now.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm really looking forward to Thursday night football, as I'm sure you are. Is there any final thoughts that you want to say before?
Final thoughts. Yeah, dude. I mean, this week was really fun. Once again, I just would like to say to everybody, thank you guys for liking and subscribing. Thank you guys for watching our show, and we really appreciate you guys again. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for me as far as.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see my background keep changing colors, and that's because I have Sunday Night Football on here, and that my TV's on in the background. And Raymond's favorite team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, are down right now, 16-10, and I'm sure they're gonna find a way to lose this game. Ray, who do you think's gonna edge it out?
Oh man, Miami's gonna win for sure. They're gonna beat that trash ass organization of a football team. How do you like that, Stephen A? Huh? How do you like that? Getting called your. How do you feel about that, freaking Stephen A. Smith? Damn, it's ridiculous, man. Unbelievable. I've been waiting. I've been waiting to freaking say that for a long time. Sometimes, if you go on YouTube right now and type that in, you'll literally see him just going off on the Ravens organization and their defense. And he's just mocking our defense. Okay, well, look at your defense. The steel curtain and all that stuff. And you know what I mean? Like, screw all that, dude. Like, your team sucks.
Oh man, that was great. That was great, man. But I think that would do it for us. Thank you guys, everybody, so much once again. Just like Raymond said, we appreciate all the love and support. We're on Facebook group. We're gonna start getting our TikTok going here soon. We're posting YouTube videos as much as we can. Um, any likes, comments, subscribers, I mean, we absolutely appreciate it. Share with a friend, share with a buddy, share with a coworker, share with your mom, uncle, aunt, whoever you want to share it with. And just like Raymond said, man, we appreciate all the love and support. Until next time, we will be back. When are we going to be back next, Ray? You got the schedule.
I
When's our
believe
next
we'll be
pod?
back. I think we're going to be back. I'm assuming next week.
Yeah, next week, Friday, right?
Next week, Friday.
Next week, Friday, we got another video coming out on the Ravi and Ray show. You guys can check us out on our Facebook page with Raymond Saldana or Ravi Raj on our Facebook page. We will be going live on Tuesday on 4th and 1, and we will see all you guys then.
All right, you guys.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.